to sing today? Is it on there?
ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। भावये परमात्मानं भवभयदूरम्। भावये परमात्मानं भवभयदूरं नितरां। भावये परमात्मानं भवभयदूरं नितरां। भावये परमात्मानं भवभयदूरं नितरां। भावये श्रवणमननमुख श्रवणमननमुख प्राप्तसतत्वम्। श्रवणमननमुख प्राप्तसतत्वम्। श्रवणमननमुख प्राप्तसतत्वम्। श्रवणमननमुख प्राप्तसतत्वम्। आदिमध्यान्तरहितं परिपूर्णम्। श्रवणमननमुख प्राप्तसतत्वम्। आदिमध्यान्तरहितं परिपूर्णं। भावये परमात्मानं भवभयदूरं नितरां। भावये कल्पितसकलभुवनाधारं। कल्पितसकलभुवनाधारं सद्गुरुसुमुख कमलोद्भूतं। कल्पितसकलभुवनाधारं सद्गुरुसुमुख कमलोद्भूतं। कल्पितसकलभुवनाधारं सद्गुरुसुमुख कमलोद्भूतं। जपतपः कर्म सुषितया बुद्ध्या जपतपः कर्म सुषितया बुद्ध्या जपतपः कर्म सुषितया बुद्ध्या बोधं प्रतिबोधं विदितं महान्तं जपतपः कर्म सुषितया बुद्ध्या बोधं प्रतिबोधं विदितं महान्तम् असङ्गम् अस्वप्नमचिन्त्य रूपं शान्तं शिवं निर्विकल्पं परेशं समं सदा सर्वभूतेषु गूढं सुखं स्वतन्त्रं सुबोधस्वरूपम् असङ्गमस् भावये असङ्गमस्वप्नमचिन्त्य रूपं शान्तं शिवं निर्विकल्पं परेशं समं सदा सर्वभूतेषु गूढं सुखं स्वतन्त्रं सुबोधस्वरूपं भावये भावये परमात्मानं भवभयदूरं नितरां भावये.
Good. You know what Swamiji would say to you? You should do bhavaye paramatmanam. That's fine. Bhava bhaya duram. That du has to be long. It should go that far, okay? Swamiji said, I've composed with that in view. That dirgha there should become long. So you understand that bhava bhaya duram. See, by that only you show distance, you know. He would do that. He did that to Maharaj Puramji when he sang. That duram, don't make it duram. Duram. It should be far. See, even in English, if you say far, it doesn't have an effect. So far. Makes a difference or not? So, that's what you should do. Good. Swamiji's composition is perfect. Your singing is also perfect in its own place. Thane, order. Okay? Everything is in order. Learn. No self-criticism. You can do better. That's correct. So, see, it's a beautiful bhajan by Swamiji. Bhavaye paramatmanam. Bhavaye means I bring to mind, I contemplate on, I meditate on. On whom? Paramatmanam. So, interestingly, for us, the word for Ishvara is Paramatma. Atma means self. What is Paramatma? The ultimate self. The self which cannot be improved upon. That is what it is. It's not different from the self. Paramatmanam. And what is his? Why should you meditate on him? Because he is Bhava Bhaya Duram. He is far from what? From the fear, from the need to become different from what I am. That's the Paramatma I meditate on. Then, so, Shravana Manana, is that where it begins? Okay. Shravana Manana Mukha Prapta Satatvam. So, Shravana is listening. It's not just plain listening. It is listening to understand. Vicharatmakam. Shravanam is always Vicharatmakam, which means it's inquiry. It's not just listening. It's an inquiry happening so that you understand the truth. Otherwise, people take it literally. By hearing this, you become free. By hearing, you don't become free. Here we hear a lot of things. See, you listen to any prayer, any well-composed prayer, there will be a statement of what you will gain by doing that. So you see, Vishnu Sahasranam will have a Mile long Phalashruti, okay? So many things are said. How many of them do you get? But they'll be on condition. Do it regularly, daily, all the time. We don't follow that condition necessarily. But the point is, Phalashruti will be there. So here, what is the phalam? I mean, see, here I'm saying the phalam will be freedom if it is vicharatmakam. Shravana, followed by Shravana, normally you need what? Mananam, to make sure what you understand as the Shruti's vision. To make it your own vision, you need to remove any of your own ideas that don't match with it. So, Shravana, Manana, Mukha. Mukha means important, the most important. Prapta Satatvam, then Adi Madhyanta Rahita Swarupam. Is that right? You had to sing only, then it will come. Yeah. So, Adi Madhya Anta Rahitam. Rahitam is devoid of. Devoid of what? Beginning, end, timeless, Nityam Ityartha. So, Swamiji is composing all full Vedanta. Okay. Paripurnam. Okay, even better. So, Paripurnam. Purnam means what? Whole. Nothing left out. Paripurnam, extra, whole itself enough. Purnam probably would fit well in the song in a meter. So he made it Paripurnam. There is absolutely nothing lacking in it. Paripurnam. Because there is only one thing, which is Paramatma. And that Paramatma you understand through Shravana, Manana, Mukha. Nididhyasanam he didn't mention. He put Mukha, which means Adipada. You bring those things in. Then, no. Kalpita, okay. Kalpita Sakala Bhuvanadharam. Bhuvanadharam. Bhuvana is what? The world. Adhara means? See, normally Adhara means this, okay? Cup, saucer, cup. This is called Adhara, typically. Or the seat and I am sitting on. But here Adhara is not that. It is like clay for the pot. Okay? So what is the kind of, he is the basis, the very truth of the world. What kind of a world? Kalpita. It's not really there. It is seen, it is experienced, but it is not really there. Kalpita Sakala, whole. Sakala Bhuvanadharam Sadguru Sumukha Kamalodbhutam. Coming out of the lotus lips of the Guru who knows the truth. That's what it means. Sadguru, one who knows. Then? Japatapah karma sushitaya buddhya. What kind of a buddhi do you need to understand this truth? It should be sharpened. Sushitaya. Shitam means sharpened. Sushitaya, sharpened. Sharpened with what? Japatapah karma. Japa, tapa and karma. Japa tapa is also karma. Karma means you add everything else now. Other than japa tapa, your nitya karma, naimittika karma, reaching out actions, everything comes in there. Japa tapa karma sushitaya buddhya bodham pratibodham viditam mahantam. Where do you recognize when you understand this from Shravana Manana? Bodham pratibodham. In each and every cognition you can recognize this presence. Viditam mahantam. It's well known. Viditam mahantam. It's great. It's the best thing you can know, right? What kind of what kind of truth do you know? Asangam, uninvolved. Clay is uninvolved in the pot. Understand uninvolved? It is not like this, uninvolved. It is uninvolved. Without clay there is no pot, but clay is uninvolved. That's the way Paramatma is uninvolved. Totally as the order and everything, but uninvolved. Asangam. Then aswapnam. See, swapna can be taken as both waking and dream because both are anyatha grahanam. What you see is not what is there. Sleep is called agrahanam. You don't recognize any subject object. Anyatha grahanam is you see something but you understand differently. Both sleep and wake and dream and waking can be called swapnam. So it is not the waker or dreamer. Aswapnam, then achintyam. Achintyam, that which cannot be brought into the realm of thought. You cannot conceive of it as an object. So aswapnam, achintyam, asangam. Okay, first asangam, then asangam, aswapnam, achintya rupam. Then shantam, shivam, right? So shantam means what? Shanti is peace. What kind of a peace? The peace which can never ever be disturbed. Shantam. Shivam. Shivam is auspicious. What is auspicious? Mangalam. Your happiness is auspicious. Ananda Swarupa. Shantam, Shivam, Nirvikalpam, Paresham. Nirvikalpa means no distinctions. Vikalpa means change, difference, options. Nothing, because it's one Chit Ghanam. There is nothing but Chit. Nirvikalpam Paresham. Paresha is Ishvara. Ekam sada sarva bhuteshu gudham. Ekam, only one. Where is he? Sarva bhuteshu gudham. Gudham is hidden. Hidden in every being. Wherever you see it's him, you don't spot him. Sukham swatantram subodha swarupam. Sukham, ananda, joy, fullness. Sukham swatantram, not depending on anything, not like the pot. Everything which depends is mithya. This is swatantram. Subodha swarupam, easiest to understand. Because there is nothing. Everything is that. How can it be difficult? It is you. See, if you say you have to understand something other than you, there is an effort. When it is you, where is the effort? That's the idea. So it is said, somebody was singing a song that Aye Medakadinam. It's very difficult. Is that pronunciation right, Tamil? Metakadinam or Medakadinam, something like that. Metakadinam. Very difficult, right? Or no? Very difficult. Then apparently Ramana Maharshi heard and said, Aye Ati Sulabham. It's the easiest thing for you to know. So that is the way it is. Sulabham. Easy to know. Why? Anything other than you, there is a distance. You means there is no distance. Therefore, when there is no distance, when there is nothing but you, where is the difficulty? Sulabham. So far as you do what it said, Sushitaya Buddhya and Sadguru Sumukha Kamalodbhutam Shravana Mananam, you have to do. Then it happens. So I just thought, Swamiji's composition, I wanted her to sing. That's why I told her to sing. Thank you. Okay, now we'll come to the questions. If I lend existence to waking world and also lend existence to dreaming world, and none of them are real, in both of these states I experience things and in a way they look alike. True, in a way they do look alike. Nonetheless, I give much more importance, much more reality to the waking world. Correct. Are these two realities really different from each other? Where is my friend? Oh, there. Okay. So, are they really different from each other? They are different. They are different in the sense that in one, it is, therefore you see. In other, you see, therefore it is. One is subjective reality. Your dream only you see. But everybody sees the same in the waking world. Correct? In the sense that you see me, she sees me, he sees me, everybody sees me, right? So why everybody sees me, but dreams are all different? So we say, in the waking, Ishvara Srishti is seen. Means Ishvara's manifestation is seen by all the living beings, jivas. It is a common reality. But in dream, you project your own world. It is your world. It is very subjective. How do you know there is a dream tiger? Because I saw it. You see, therefore it is. Whereas here you see a tiger, it is, therefore you see. You see the flip? One is, there is a pot, therefore you see it. In a dream, is there a pot? It is because you see it. It's subjective. That's the idea. But then there are some people who will argue that even waking is like a dream only. It's not a big difference. Suppose the dreams were very long and the waking was very short. It may appear that Janaka, I think, asked this question at some point to say, which is true? I'm confused now. Waking is real or dream is real? See, the reason we think dream is unreal is because dreams seem unconnected. They don't come every day. They are shorter. And waking samskaras are very big. But in the dream you don't think you're in a dream. What do you think? You're waking. You're waking. So they are very similar, but they are both mithya. But if you ask, are they different realities? We'll say yes, they are different. Because one is your subjective projection, the other one is an objective reality at a relative level. Not absolutely real, but still an objective reality.
So in a waking state,
yeah,
I can rely on others' validation. So I ask someone, do you see what I see? To confirm that is waking state and not a dream.
Well, even if you're in your dream, you ask, they will confirm it. So that won't work. Waking means your physical senses are open to the world. That's the distinction. Physical senses are open to the world. In dream, there's just the mind. We call it half awake. The mind is fully up, but the physical eyes and ears and all are shut. That's the difference. Okay?
Thank you.
Swamiji, related to that, can I ask a stupid question?
Stop calling it stupid question. If it is, you don't ask it. No judgment. Question.
Because just like in the dream, it's only we know what is going on. But in the waking, how come total mind, as somebody had asked question the other day, so how come everybody knows what they're seeing? That's just like a gentleman said, that if you see a tiger during the daytime, you don't have to confirm with somebody, yes, is it a tiger? How come everybody sees the same thing in Srishti? Is it total mind?
Why total mind?
No, but I mean, how can everybody is seeing, like I'm seeing you?
Yeah.
Everybody's seeing you.
That's the order. You have eyes. You see what's the object in front of you. Therefore, it will appear the same. What's the problem?
Okay. Yeah.
No. But point. See, I understand what you're saying. See, the point is this. If you look at details, everybody's world is separate. But the point is, if I ask you, what is this? Everybody will say it's a leaf, generally,
Yes.
That much is our objectivity. That much objectivity you have. You don't think this is a lion. That much objectivity you have. So, means, see, look, your eyes work in a given way. Now, you are a physician. One optometrist, does he need to do separate study for treating each eye? Any eye he can treat. Why? Because all eyes are working in the same way. Optical nerve is there and you have your retina, whatever you have, okay? Everything is in place. Therefore, if he has a retinal misplacement, he knows what to do. Because it's the same. So, everybody's eyes are designed similarly. Basically, similarly. The object is common. Consciousness, of course, is common. Mind follows the same order, same rule. That's why you have psychology. So, why would you not see the same thing? But there is a possibility you see things differently. As she said, every mind is different. Really, the world you see is only your world. How I see you is not how somebody else will see you. Because what we see, this simple outer looks we might see. But how we see you is very different. Your patients will see you as a doctor. Your children will see you as a mother. Same person, but they look at it differently. So that difference will be there. But why they will see same? Because that is Ishvara's order, Ishvara's Srishti. Okay? Thank you. Okay. All right. Then there's a question. Could you talk more about compassion, please? How does one act compassionately towards others? Only by giving? Whose question? Okay. Are you mixing up two things? Giving what? Giving compassion or something else?
The other day you were talking about compassion,
Huh.
and then you had said that one of the ways of acting compassionately is to give to others.
Okay. I'll tell you what probably. I guessed that. See, I also at the same, almost in the same breath I said, how do you learn to give? Dhanam. And I said by giving. Maybe the two got mixed. What I meant is this: if you want to gain compassion, you have to act compassionately. If you want to become a big giver, you have to give. Is that all the clarity needed, or was there something more?
So, just asking if you can speak a little more about, Swamiji has written in one of the places that to be compassionate towards yourself, you need to first act compassionately towards others.
Fair enough.
So just a little
Okay.
more about compassion.
Okay. See, in general, any judgment I have anywhere means I will also judge myself. Self-judgment and judgment of the world are kind of flip side of the same coin. So if I say this person should not be like this, should not talk like this, if I talk like that, I will judge myself equally harshly. So how do you get compassionate? See, we all are self-judging, universally. I'm not okay, I'm stupid, whatever, we keep saying all this. So how do you become compassionate? It's, if you develop a compassion to others, how? By recognizing the order of Ishvara again there. That, why do we not have compassion? Because sometimes we think the fellow doesn't deserve compassion. So many things he has been told, he doesn't do anything right. I think 3 strikes and he is out. Send him away. It's not good enough. But what is compassion? There is a reason why he did it. We need to understand. Like at times, if somebody stole money and Swamiji was told about it, he would say, the person needs the money. Sometimes you feel, how can you say it's okay? But Swamiji's view is this: he needs the money more than the one who had it, probably, He took it. He's able to say that. Anything that happens, he is able to say, it's because if you look at the background of the person, every person is doing nothing but what he or she could do. When you had an understanding, then acceptance is there. And now when you have that acceptance, you can reach out that person and treat that person compassionately. Right? So to be compassionate is to see that the person's behavior deserves compassion. For example, when Swamiji used to teach, he would say, a Brahma Vidya teacher, like Swamiji would say, the teacher has to have an extra ounce of compassion. Why? Because you say, Swamiji, I have a problem. Look, there are so many things which didn't go well in my life. And what does the teacher see? He says, you are the whole, you are Ananda. Where is the problem? Where is the problem? Why are you complaining? He doesn't see anything wrong with you. He sees you as exactly as you should be. So where is the need to be compassionate to you? You need compassion if you have a problem, right? I don't see a problem. But now Guru has to do what? He has to empathize that fellow and say, okay, I understand you think you have a problem. Don't worry. So Vivek Chudamani will show that. I think Ma Bhaishta or something like that. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. There is a solution to your problem. He acknowledges a problem. That comes from what? an extra ounce of compassion. So I'm saying, in any situation, we can be compassionate. When we understand that people are what they are because of their own backgrounds, there is no need to judge them. You understand that. If the judgment goes, already you're halfway home. Then compassion is easy. But compassion means it's not just non-judging. You pour a little extra love there. Right? So empathy and then compassion. Right? Okay. How does one know that Ishvara wants him to do, what Ishvara wants him to do? Or is it one's free will? Ultimately, it's one's free will in the sense that it is your understanding of what is to be done. Earlier times, we had a very well laid out social structure wherein each person fit into a grid. So, what stage of life and what kind of life he leads. Is he a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya or Shudra? These were a clear matrix. So, if you are a Brahmana, Brahmacharya Ashrama, a bachelor, then a grihastha, then a vanaprastha, then a sannyasi. For each role, you had certain scripts. But today, that grid is no longer operational, and therefore each person's script is to be figured out by oneself. It's not clear. Therefore, with some understanding, you see what is it that you think is to be done by you. That becomes your script. So it is in that sense free will based. Clear? All right. Swamiji, God's dream world, that is our waking world, is very well organized, systematic and planned one. But our dream world is haphazard, unsystematic and fleeting one. Also, we forget in a few minutes after waking up. Why our dream worlds are also not good? I'll have to ask Bhagavan. That's how it is. Sometimes dream can be very surreal. You'll think it was real. That can also happen. Maybe you don't have such dreams. It's possible. But why dreams are the way they are, that's how they are. I mean, we have no answer specifically for that. That's how Ishvara's Srishti is. If we are studying the absolute reality based on Adi Shankara's Advaitavada, few more are there like Dvaitavada, Advaitavada, Advaita Dvaitavada, Vishishta Dvaitavada. While studying reality, truth of this creation, should we also refer to these philosophies for better, clear understanding, or this is not needed? And Advaitavada is a final authoritative scripture. Okay. To read all these is not necessary. But in the tradition, it is not uncommon for these also to be studied, because it will raise questions and you can see whether you know the answers. Because if somebody says, no, the reality is different, are you able to see clearly why what he says is not correct? If not, you will get converted. But one caveat I will say. In the tradition again, many a time, they follow a sequence where Advaita may come in the end. That doesn't seem like a good idea. Because if you studied something else first, that will go and settle in first. And then to dislodge it is not easy. So Swamiji always said, and that's a tradition generally, first you should be told what is right. Then in your understanding of what is right, if you are exposed to what is wrong, you will be able to see. If you are taught what is not the Siddhanta first, then that may be what you hold on to. So I know people who studied Sankhya or some other philosophy. You didn't mention it, but there are philosophies too. You studied them first. Somehow the mind is more, aligned with that. because that's the first one you read. First reading, first exposure to Vedanta, anything that happens first time, first meeting with somebody, it's not the last impression, but it does seem to have a lasting impression. So it can help, but it is not necessary. And many a time, if Vedanta is clear to you, nothing else will make sense anyway. They will all make sense at one level. So we have no issues saying, is Dvaita real or not? Dvaita is real at one level. At one level, Dvaita is real. So, if you say Dvaita is real, we don't have a problem. No, there is not. Dvaita is absolutely real. There we will have a problem. So far as Dvaita is real, we'll say okay. No problem. That is Vyavahara. See, what does Dvaita say? Dvaita means two, okay? But you should understand one thing. Do you see only two? What does Dvaita mean? Dvaita means, the word Dvaita means dual, duality. So, this is their symbol. Not victory, okay? Two. Not one, two. What is two? Subject, object is the two. If subject, object is the two and both are real, you tell me now what is unreal? Nothing is unreal. So they will say there is Jiva Bheda, Jiva Jagat Bheda, Jiva Ishvara Bheda, Jagat Ishvara Bheda. All differences are real. Now the question is this: to understand, what is your worldview as it is right now? All the differences are real. Do you need to study now to learn that all differences are real? Do you need to study? So they will study for 12 years and conclude what? All differences are real. How? I don't know, but that's what they will conclude. Swami used to say, you should know this story. It's a nice story, okay? So there is this person in a village who became spiritually interested, let's say. So he went to one guru. And that guru started teaching him, Advaita Guru, non-dualistic guru. So he told him, hey, you are Ishvara, you are Narayana. This guy heard and said, no, how can I be Narayana? You wait, I will explain. But he felt very uncomfortable. So in that same town, there was another teacher who was a Dvaita Guru. So he went to him and told him, sir, I went there. That man said, you are Narayana. I was very uncomfortable. I came to you. God bless you. Narayana has blessed you. He has brought you to me and you are saved now. You are right. How can you be Narayana? That's blasphemous. You be here. I will teach you. So he stayed with that teacher. Studied with him for 12 years. See, 12 years actually is considered a full period for any education because the planet Brihaspati, Guru, makes one round around the sun in 12 years. It's called Vidya. Any Vidya, 12 years. He studied for 12 years. Now he is all confident. He knows his stuff very well. He's a master of his Dvaitam. So he goes to the other first teacher with a request. What's the request? In the tradition, we had a request that if you are talking of truth, one can come and say, please discuss with me. I want to have a discussion with you. And whoever wins, wins. I want to have a discussion. Vada Bhiksha he asked for. So the Guru says, okay. He actually first invites him, talks to him, how are you, etc. He said, I didn't come for anything else. I want Vada Bhiksha. Oh, okay. All right. But you know what? Today, unfortunately, I have called my barber Murari. So after his job is done, I have to take a bath, etc. That's kosher, and then we can talk. All right? So it'll take a little while. This guy said, okay. So the barber came, Murari came, and this man has got a lot of, he's never cut his, facial hair for a long time. So he said, shave. So the man shaved him clean and showed him the mirror. As it's, our barbers, you don't have a salon or something. You come with a bag with a mirror also in it. One dirty mirror will be there. He shows it to you. This guy saw the mirror and then immediately lunged forward, and did one namaskara to Murari the barber and said, Murari, you are Narayana. Murari was taken aback because a sannyasi doing namaskara to him who is a barber, it's papa karma for him. So he says, no, I am not Narayana, I am Murari, I am the barber Murari. Don't you see? No, you are very humble. You are Narayana. One more namaskara. This guy got totally scared now. What is going on? Then, he saw this person waiting for Vadabhiksha. So he told him, Sir, you please explain to him. Sir, am I not Murari the barber? Village, everybody knows barber, okay? So, don't you know that I am the barber Murari? You tell this Mahatma, he is going to give you more papa karma. Meanwhile, one more namaskara. Look, you have brought out so much shine which I never knew was there. You are really Bhagavan. You are an artist. Then the other man now has come for Vadabhiksha. He has come equipped, Sir, what Murari is saying is correct. He is only a barber. He is not Narayana. Then this teacher looked at him and said, oh, you are saying so? Okay, maybe. Something he said and more word. And then he said, I will take a bath and come. He went. When he comes back, this fellow is not there. Who? The person who came for a discussion is missing. Then he shows up. With a plate filled with fruits and dakshina, everything he brings, and he presents it to him and does a namaskara. And said, Sir, you teach me. Why? This is not a koan, okay? So the fact is, he understood one thing. Murari, an unschooled fellow who never studied anything, without ever reading any one word, knows what? I am not Narayana. What have I learnt in 12 years? I am not Narayana. For that, did I have to study? Therefore, he came. That is Dvaita, okay? Murari's story you should remember. Okay. Anyway, we'll leave it there. Okay. You have explained about Brahma as the only reality in such a beautiful way that it has come to my understanding straightforward. Good. Whatever doubts were there, they have been mostly clarified. Wonderful. Okay. My question is, my understanding of Brahma, truth, absolute reality does not remain imprinted in my mind forever, for a longer time. After coming in contact with samsara, emotions of attachment to family, wealth and passion for fulfillment of desires, vasanas and fear of loss, illness and death again grip my mind. Please guide how understanding wisdom of Ishvara supremacy may remain in my mind uninterrupted for all times. Knowledge has to become pakka. Adhikaritvam, that qualification, you should come to Vedanta with Vairagya. All these passions, etc., should have become weakened in time. And even if not, after studying, after understanding realities, they must be weakened. Finally, the only way is what? You don't see anything else. See, really Brahman cannot be forgotten. You can forget what is other than you. You can forget your name, but I am you cannot forget. Therefore, forgetting once it is known is not a possibility. If it is known clearly. When we say we know, what we know is some words and we think we understood. That's what typically it means to say we know. That knowing is called paroksha jnanam or ajnanam. Knowledge really is aparoksha jnanam, which means the reality is not like I know. It's not an event of knowing. It is intimately known as myself. That alone will do the job. So that's what is needed. It's called Jnana Nishtha. One has to commit to it and do whatever it takes to be there. More Shravana Manana Nididhyasana. Few days back you referred to book of Swami Dayananda of 43 pages. That was just an arbitrary number, okay? Not exact 43 pages. I just said, just put one number, okay? I didn't mean the number. I just meant books which are small. 43 pages was just a number, okay? Sorry, I didn't mean it. I said actually there's a whole series of books called Moments with Oneself. See, our publication division has brought out a few series. One series is called Moments with Oneself. There are about, I think, 15 or 16 books in that series. And they're all typically 50, 60, 70, 40, whatever number of pages, okay? Maybe one has 43, I don't know. I just threw a number, okay? But that series, why I said that, is they are the smallest books with substance in them which you can pick up. And if you take them home, even though somebody who has not come here may get curious and look at them. And they may learn something. So they are very simple, small books. Not simple in content, but simple to understand. Hard to assimilate perhaps, but simple to understand. They are called Moments with Oneself. There is another series of books called Public Talk series, which give you some more substance, but will be 120 pages. Now you know the number, okay? It's just an arbitrary number. That is the next series. Then you have other books. So what I mentioned is to encourage you, I said, at least pick up Moments with Oneself. And I think at that time I said Action and Reaction. There's a book called Action and Reaction, which tells you what is action, what is reaction. Okay? You go to our bookstore, you will see everything. Respected Swami, you described Ishvara being both the creation.
What was the question? You mentioned 43 pages.
Kindly tell me the name of this 43 pages book.
You had mentioned action rate.
No, but I said 43 pages for this whole series.
I didn't catch
Yeah.
43.
Yeah.
I caught action reaction and I bought it also.
Good. Wonderful. Huh? Oh, kindly give us the list of books written by you. I have not written any book. Puja Swami only writes books, okay? I have edited a book or two, but I have not written any book. What Swamiji wrote, what Swamiji taught, I edited. I didn't write any book. Okay? Teaching is Swamiji's only. Okay. But in general, I would say there is book on Gita, good book. You should examine. Bhagavad Gita is a very good book to look at.
There is one on Vedanta also.
Home study courses.
Introduction to Vedanta.
Introduction to Vedanta is also there. Correct. Correct. Who's speaking? Are you okay? Right. I didn't know. I was looking where sound came from. Yeah, there are many other books. There is Bhagavad Gita. There is Teaching of Bhagavad Gita, Vision of the Gita. There are many books.
Swami, I have a question on that book.
Which book?
Introduction to Vedanta.
Okay. What's the question?
I've read that book, and what finally Swamiji says there is that you require a guru who has, realized Ishvara. That's where I found the difficulty. After reading the whole book, I came to a point where now he's saying, find somebody who has realized Ishvara. Then only you can, reach that stage. So, how to find that?
You know what? I don't know. You'll have to go looking around. No issues, okay? I understand. The question is valid, all right? Upanishad has to say one thing. It says, Tadvijnanartham sa gurumeva bhigachet samitpanihi shrotriyam brahmanishtam. It gives two qualifications for a teacher. Samit Shrotriyam Brahmanishtham. Shrotriyam means one who has studied the Shastra with a teacher. Brahmanishtham means one who has no other commitment except Brahman. Now, next question you'll ask me, Swamiji, how do I know he studied Shastra? Now, you have to have that much knowledge to gauge. Otherwise, you have to rely on somebody else to tell you. Finally, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Which means, if someone can make you see the truth, that person is one who knows. If he doesn't know, he cannot make you see the truth. That you can take it in writing. If he doesn't know, he can, because they will look at some object, they will give some story, but they cannot make you see that everything is you. So finally it is that. And Swami would say, you get a feel when you listen to a teacher. Is he telling you something, or is he telling you Brahman is infinite, eternal bliss? Close your eyes and say. Close eyes mean no communication. Because if I see your eyes, you will see I'm lying. Look out of the window. Brahman. So that is signs of trouble. Okay? See whether the words have meaning. What is Brahman? It is bliss. What is bliss? Eternal. Then you know. What is pata pata? It is bada bada. What is the meaning? Nothing. It's all meaningless. We went to ask one word, you'll get 5 more words which you don't understand. That's what you should watch for, okay? This is how Swami will tell. I'm just following my teacher, okay? All right. Who is Yatin? There, okay. You described Ishvara being both the creation and the creator and gave the example of dream and dreamer. Could you kindly share some more light on it for a better understanding? What's the difficulty in understanding? First, let me understand where you see a limitation or a lack of clarity. Then I will address it.
Probably taking the reference from creation and say comparing dreamer to a dream and Ishvara to creation. Probably that gap, contemplating that.
Repeat again, I'm sorry, I lost you.
Okay. This is probably going from reference to creation. Okay, and then you described that flower comes from a tree. But say the creation and the creator are different there. And say, then you gave a example of a dreamer and the dream, where the creation and the creator are the same. And then you compare it to Ishvara and the creation. So that gap between our dream and dreamer and the dream and the Ishvara and the creation, that gap is a little difficult to contemplate.
Okay, I am not clear, but let me try to address the question anyway, okay? If I am not making it clear, you're welcome to counter question. Okay. In general, we have 2 causes for anything in the universe. One is the maker, one is the material. That's where we began. So this pot, the material is clay, but the maker is not here, it's a potter. Correct? So this is how you find things. This t-shirt, material is here, tailor is not here. So have you seen examples where maker and material are the same? In the world you don't see that. But Upanishad is presenting Ishvara as abhinna nimitta upadana karanam, one cause. So the question will be asked, how can you say that? And the logic, Indian logic, they will say, if you make a postulate, you must give an example. All right? So what is the example to assimilate your statement? Show me, cite an example. So the Upanishad example actually is Urnanabhi, a spider. And you should know, we are talking of a spider. You know there are little spiders which are coming down the ceiling, and if you by chance touch them, they go back up the ceiling. So that thread by which they hang is their own creation, and the material for it is a spider itself. Okay? Yathornanabhi srijate grihnate cha. This is one example. Then a counter question can be asked. Look, we find that the cause and the effect have some similarities. You can't have a sentient coming from an insentient cause and an insentient coming from a sentient cause. We find the world with sentient and insentient causes. Therefore, how do I understand this? Give me a better example. Then the example is, look at your head. You're a sentient fellow. What about your hair? It's insentient, because when you cut, you don't feel anything. Therefore, insentient is coming from sentient. One example. Other one is, the earth is insentient, considered insentient. But what comes out of that is live plants. Therefore, example for sentient coming from insentient. This is how the Mundaka Upanishad answers this question. But then, what is our dream? When you see your dream, who is the creator of the dream? There is nobody else. Therefore, you say, by implication, you are the creator. Not that you chose to create, okay? That's not the idea there. You are the creator. What is the material for the dream? Is it something outside you? Did you go and get something and make a dream? No. The material is you. The maker is you. Everything in the dream is you. And therefore, it's a better example than even the spider, etc., to see that everything, the maker and material, is just you. Therefore, I said that's a good example to understand the maker and material are one and the same. Is that clear? If it's not, you're welcome to ask.
Probably I'll have to read a little more on this.
No, yeah. What part is unclear? If you can point out, I will try to answer it.
I mean, I'm unable to relate between, say, the dreamer and the dream, and then Ishvara being the creator and the creation altogether. Yeah.
Okay.
Because probably the
comparison. No. Let's try again. Okay. What do you see in your dream? Any dream?
Probably our daily experiences. So.
What you know or don't know?
What we know.
Your knowledge appears as the dream. Correct? And your knowledge is not away from you. Same way, if the world has to be created, the knowledge of the world must reside somewhere. It resides in Ishvara. That's why it's called all-knowing. Therefore, why dream? You think of a universe. You'll see it right away in your mind. Same way, Ishvara's knowledge alone manifests as this world. Your knowledge manifests as your dream. Ishvara's knowledge manifests as the universe. That's the similarity. There is nothing but knowledge. And knowledge is not away from a conscious being. You are a conscious being, Ishvara is a conscious being. Is that clear now? Better? If it's still unclear, you can ask me tomorrow, no problem. Okay? So I think we have finished the questions. Anyone else, any question? Time now. You can ask me, I will see if it's simple, I will answer it. If not, tomorrow.
For giving a chance, now you are...
No, I'm telling you, it's 9 also.
Withdrawing the offer.
Yeah. When I see you, I'm afraid.
My question is,
Yeah.
You have been showing gold many times.
Yeah.
And you said, you look at this, and what is common is gold.
Uh-huh.
It's understood.
Okay.
Now, you also said that Ishvara's creation, Ishvara should manifest in that.
Uh-huh.
As a statement, it looks okay.
Uh-huh.
But then, when we see all those ornaments and we can see gold is common.
Good.
In case of Ishvara's creation,
Huh.
I'm not able to see what is the commonality.
Good question. Very good question.
We can, we can
No.
answer it tomorrow.
Very good question. The point is this. What is Ishvara's Swarupa? What did I spend time yesterday? Whole day?
Existence and...
Now, leaf is or not? Flower is or not? World is or not? What is common? That's it. Okay? If it's unclear, we will answer it again tomorrow.
We have to move away from the form. I think what
Yeah.
you
Correct.
quoted Ramana Maharishi today, that probably all our problems have come because we have assigned form to ourselves.
Correct. That is true.
I think after that I started thinking what he said is a very deep statement.
It is. Ramana Maharshi never says something, it looks simple. But, I mean, really, if you want to understand well, Ramana Maharshi is a great thing to read because his statements they don't load too much of technicality. They just keep it simple but present it very beautifully. Very beautifully. Okay, we'll stop now. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om.